All right, here we go. Another walk. I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin again. I'm not going to the supermarket as per usual. I went yesterday and did everything that I needed to do, and I recorded me talking about the topics I want to talk about today. But I re-listened to it and realized that I went on too many tangents, or I just didn't like the way that I approached the. I was not very coherent, let's say, not coherent enough. So I'll try to be a little bit more concise, I guess, today. And but just know that this is the second time that I'm recording me talking about this topic. I don't have any notes or anything. I don't have any specific things I'd like to change about what I said yesterday, but I just like to try to tighten it up. And since I figured today I'm going for a walk and it's the weekend anyway, I might as well just, try again. Plus, it gives me an opportunity to kind of just walk around aimlessly. So, maybe we'll see an animal if we're lucky. Some living organism other than a human. So, so the topic that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, there was a caveat type of thing I wanted to talk about too. I wanted to say like I'm not sure what my angle is here, what my approach is, just in general on the past like 5 or 6 videos that I've recorded. There's a part of me that says that I'm being mockish, I'm being trollish, I'm being a hater, I'm being obtuse, intentionally obtuse. Like, I don't know. If anybody, I guess that's up for the listener to decide. But you know, does anybody out there get the sense that I'm just being like, if anybody's listened to my previous recordings, does anybody get the sense that I'm being like dumb for the sake of being dumb? Am I just plain dumb? Am I? What is my method of argumentation here? Do I even have a method of argumentation? I don't have any. I don't even feel confident enough to say that anything that I'm talking about is necessarily logical, rational, practical. I don't know. I don't even want to sit there and weigh it all, like to figure it all out. I guess, maybe it's just leave it up to the listener. But yeah, there is the caveat that I wanted to give of saying, like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, am I just being an asshole? Am I just fucking, like, I'm not in like, any of the people that I'm talking about, I'm not, like, competing with them. Like, I don't want their spots. Like, I'm not interested in taking any of the people that I've talked about spots. So it's like, I don't know, man. Am I just jelly? Is that am I dissociated and I'm secretly just jealous of all these people that I've talked about? I, bro, maybe. I I'm not willing to rule anything out. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into what I wanted to talk about. This might be my most obtuse, like me being obtuse at its finest, or just playing dumb for the sake of being playing dumb. But this, we'll see. So the topic was um, Bitcoin fixes this. The idea of Bitcoin fixes this. Bitcoin fixes this. Bitcoin fixes that. Um, how it fixes these things. How the what the effects of those things being fixed are. I think that's a topic that a lot of people have talked about. I can't tell you how I've never felt more flooded with like virtue signaling than in recent years. I see these, crypto bros or whatever we want to call them, the crypto dudes, they're all talking about making the world a better place. Like everybody's talking, like you can't even, everybody's fucking making the world a better place. Everybody's doing it. But like at the same time, I don't see the world becoming any better, right? Like, doesn't matter who says they're trying to make a world a better place. All the therapists, all the psychologists are trying to make the world a better place. More books, more videos, more content. Here's what you need to know about narcissism. Here's what you need to know about fucking OCD. Here's what you need to know about borderline. Here's what you need to know about this, and how to behave, and how to act around such people, and how to diagnose it for yourself, and how to heal it, and how to do this, and how to do that. And I don't see, where's the improvement? You know? Like, is anybody sitting there with a graph, like, or trying to collect data to see, like, is any of this doing what we say that we're trying to do? Like, is any of this, the stuff that the people are trying to make the world a better place, is any of what they're doing actually making the world a better place? Like, is it, just bare fundamental? Like, it's fine. Like, okay, you're making the world a better place. 10 years later, is the world a better place? And then, right, you got to deal with, I'm not saying that the world is a better or worse place than it was 10 years ago, right? Oh, I mean, how many therapists have made new books? How you go online? How much Psychology Today? There's plenty of fucking information about mental health and how to be healthy and all these diagnoses and people telling you how to do, basically everybody's telling you how to fucking be a person. Everybody's telling you exactly how to be happy, how you could get the things that you want, how this and how that. All this fucking help, all this making the world a better place, but is it? I'm not saying it isn't, but just like, how do we even gauge that? How do we even, And then you got the people that say the world is fucking, there's never been a better time to live than now. Today is the best time to be alive. Like, compared to any other time in history, right? And it doesn't matter if it was 5 days ago, 10 days ago, they'll say the same thing, right? 10 days ago was the best time to be alive. Today, it's the best time to be alive. It's always the best time to be alive. It's always better than it was. It's always better than it was. No, just blanketly, just no matter what. Today's better than it was 2 years ago, better than it was 5 years ago, better than it was. And then you got the people that are kind of on the other angle, the other side of it, and they're saying the good old days. There's never a better time than the good old days, whatever the good old days happen to be, whatever year that they have in mind when they're talking about the good old days. So then you got the people saying now's the best time to be alive, and then you got the people that are saying fucking some other point in history was the best time to be alive. And then you got to admit it's getting better. It's getting better all the time. Like, is it though, bro? Like, okay, so now the future is going to be better, right? It just keeps getting better. Now's the best time to be alive. It's way better than it was in previous times. And then, then you got other people talking about how in previous times it was so much better. Yo. Do any of these people are they doing any scientific data collection to even gauge that? What are the parameters for how they're even gauging that? Are they just saying words? Is this more virtue signaling? Right? Is even the idea of now's the best time to be alive, is that a virtue signal? The good old days were the best time to be alive. Is that a virtue signal? It's getting better. The future is going to be better than ever before. Is that a virtue signal? what are these people, I don't know, man. Am I just being obtuse for the sake of being obtuse? Or are all the concepts that I just brought up so fucking retarded and vague that there's nothing else I could be but obtuse about it. I don't know what the fuck these people are even talking about, bro. Like it's all like relative. Um, and I'm not saying that fucking like life is fucking. We have to look at things in a objective way necessarily. I'm not saying life isn't nuanced or whatever. Like I don't want to fucking play the objectivity versus nuance versus. I don't even know, bro. Like I'm gonna go walk over. Sorry, I'm gonna just to interrupt the topic for a sec. Hopefully, don't lose my train of thought. But I'm gonna walk over to see if there's any animals near the ponds over here. Maybe there probably won't be. We'll see. Anyway, fucking make the world better. Okay. So now the world's better than it's ever been before, right? But then you got people that are saying their lives their souls are being crushed. They're fucking like you are you serious? Okay, for example, the people that say now's the best time to be alive. Um They would have been saying that in the middle of a fucking epidemic, in the middle of a pandemic. They would have been saying the exact same thing, right? Because it's always now is the best time to be alive. So I don't understand how the being in the middle of a pandemic or an epidemic of some type is a better time to be alive than a year before the epidemic or pandemic hit. Like, I don't understand how are you quantifying this? Are you just, is it just, maybe it's not virtue signaling, it's confidence signaling. It's just confidence signaling. It's not even necessarily virtue signaling. It's just like affirmative signaling. Um, so, like it's the appearance of some kind of stability in this person. They're just saying something with very, very certainly, and they're very sure of it. Because this is another thing that I've seen, and I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but that's okay. Fucking anything over here? No, we'll see. Anyway, fucking the virtue signaling. Oh yeah, this is another thing that I've seen. Fucking like how to be confident. Like there's all this content about how to be confident, talk with confidence. Don't use fucking hedging language. Use here how to appear confident. It's all this like fake it till you make it type shit, and it's just becoming more like I just see fucking more that becoming more and more common. The sentiment of fucking be confident for the sake of being confident and like just be confident. Just do that. Anything over here? No. It's a pretty spot, man. Yo, this spot right here has been empty for like 2 years. No one's been renting this place out. I don't know why, but what a waste, man. Like I don't know what kind of business can be done here, but like it's a nice spot. Like it would be cool to work at a spot like this where you fucking got a big ass pond in the fucking backyard and a fucking couple benches over here like some kind of garden area. I like this spot a lot. Like this is the chill spot, bro. This is where you fucking pop the acid. This is where you and your homies fucking eat the mushrooms, pop the acid, and smoke a blunt until it starts to kick in. And then once it starts to kick in, all right, let's start walking. Hope that nobody has a fucking seizure. Alright, I guess I can keep walking down this path. Sorry, I, off topic. So, back on topic. What was I talking about? Changing the world, the confidence game. The people, it's just ew, bro. It's just so sticky and fucking murky and fucking thick of fucking just retardation. Like even the fucking anti-retardation stuff is fucking retarded. Like the people that are g- holding the line against the retards, the people who are holding the line against the quote clown world, like these doctors, just as an example, right? There are all these doctors that are like, no, they lied to us. They were lying to us this whole time. They fucked people over. Oh boy, we're the good doctors. We knew it all along. They suppressed us. Well, why are you still working for that institution? Why are you still calling yourself a doctor? Why are you still, right? The people who, the people who gave you your degree, the good doctors, right? The people who gave you your degree also gave these other bad doctors that were lying and suppressing and scheming, they gave all them their degrees too. So, but you still represent the people who give out the degrees. You still represent them, even though they gave a fucking bunch of people that were that used the degree to do shady biz and lie to people and fucking hurt people. You're still gonna fucking roll with the fucking degree people, the people who give out the degrees, and that whole industry. You're still gonna call yourself a doctor? You're still gonna fucking play the confidence game with people's health? Whatever, man. I'm not saying they're wrong. Like, okay, whatever, bro. Hold the line. Fight back. Uh, you don't. I don't need a fucking doctor to tell me that shit is like when shit is fucking scammed out. I don't need a doctor to tell me when shit is fucking. I don't need either the fucking bad doctors or the good doctors unless I need something specific done. Like I need to go, oh shit, I got a fucking cyst growing in my armpit. Gotta go get that removed. That type of shit. Other than that, what the fuck are these doctors talking about, bro? And they're on Twitter, like Twitter doctors? They're like social media doctors? Is this person even really a doctor? Or did they just put on a fucking lab coat? Anyway, fucking, whatever, man. These fucking people, yo. I wanted to talk about Bitcoin fixes this. Now, lots of people say, I've heard people say Bitcoin fixes the medical industry. Bitcoin fixes. Okay, here's a good example. Here's a good way something to talk about. There are people that need to send money back to their countries, right? To their families that normally use something like a Western Union to get money back to their families, right? Like, and a good example is like South America, people from South America or Mexico or any country, and they go to another country for better opportunity, and then they send money back to their country where they left their family, right? Their country, and their home country, and fucking one of one of these things that are identified as a problem is that people fucking are getting charged a huge percentage to send the money through Western Union, and there's no other like payment rails to get people back to their families on, right? So people can use Bitcoin to circumvent, I think that's the right word, circumvent those fees, those Western Union fees, and get money to their family much cheaper, without getting fucking taxed, just to send money back to your family, right? Now, I'm not saying that's not like I'm not saying that circumventing Western Union isn't a cool thing, but like my issue is like, what? When does Bitcoin make it so that people aren't traveling to other countries and needing to send money back to their country? Like, yo, why? I don't understand this whole like going to another country and then sending money back to your country. the country that you left, right, wasn't they your own people didn't even make it nice enough for you to stay, right? It was so whack in your country that you had to fucking go somewhere to travel to another country to I I don't know for whatever reason. For whatever reason, it was so whack in your country. You so much didn't want to be in your country that you had to go to another country, or you went to another country. And if the country that you came from is so whack, like this is what I don't understand about patriotism and shit. If the country that you came from is so whack that you had to leave it, right? Or your parents had to leave it, or your grandparents left it. If it was fucking so whack that they had to leave their country to go to a new country, right? Then why are you still representing that country that you came from? Like, why do people throw up other country flags when they go to, like, for example, and I'm not trying to be fucking, I'm not a U.S. patriot, motherfucker. I don't give a shit about this country. But what I'm saying is, like, what are you doing here waving the Puerto Rican flag? Just as an example, because I know that there's a Puerto Rican Day parade in New York City, right? Why are you waving a Puerto Rican flag if fucking Puerto Rico's not even a better place for you to live? Like, you don't even want to live there, but you want to wave the flag. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense, yo. Like, if you really were about Puerto Rico, and I can say this to anybody that fucking goes to the Puerto Rican Day parade and, like, represents, if you really loved Puerto Rico, why are you not in Puerto Rico? It's fucking so much better, right? You gotta wave the flag here in another country because it's so much better. It's so worth representing here. Why are you here? Why? And I'm not saying like go suffer in the. I'm not saying that these other countries are better or worse than the USA. I'm not saying Puerto Rico's a worse place to be. I'm not like go back to where you came from. I'm not like get out of my country. Fine, come here, but what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're totally dissociated from the fact that you had to leave your country just to fucking find a livable situation for yourself. And then, as if that's not retarded enough that your own country fucking doesn't hold you down, right? It's so bad that you gotta leave and go to another country and then still be proud of the country that you left. But then you send money back to the country that you left, right? The country that it's not even a good situation for you there. They don't even make it a good situation for you there, but you're sending money there, and they go, well, these guys got it. They always use like the mom. It's always like the mom. I gotta send my money to me mama. I gotta send my money to me madre. Mi madre, oh, she worked so hard. She did everything she could for us, but I had to fucking go like 5,000 miles away just to fucking have a decent life. No, your mother brought you into a situation that was so whack, that you had to fucking go to another country, and now you're gonna fucking do the whole like, I'm buying my mama a house type thing. I know like these Mexican guys aren't fucking buying their moms a house necessarily, but like it's the same. It comes from the same sentiment. Yo, buying my mama a house so she don't have to work no more. My mama did everything. Dear mama, even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. All right, fuck whatever, bro. I'm not against I'm not against people fucking sending money to their moms that they had to ditch because their moms brought them into a situation that was so whack that they needed to ditch them in the first place. So, anyway, getting back to this whole like Bitcoin circumventing Western Union, that's cool. But like, what the fuck do people need to go to other countries for in the first place? To work, to make you know, to make a living for yourself. Like, and that doesn't even, making a living for yourself doesn't even necessarily mean money. Like, Amish people making a, I'm going to turn back now. Actually, no, I'll continue. Fuck it. It just started to get soggy in the grass, and I was like, fuck that. I'll just keep going. Fuck, there's not enough cars in the road to stop me from just walking in the road. So, um, one of the benefits of walking around on Sunday, everybody's doing their fucking, they're going to hiding. They're doing their church thing. Who knows what the fuck? They're doing the religious stuff, maybe. On the seventh day, they rest, type shit. So, and I'm not like, yeah, okay, so I just want to make it clear that I'm not like, go back to where you came from if you don't like it here. I don't fucking like it here. I can't even go back to where I came from because I came from fucking a hospital in Brooklyn, New York. What the fuck? There's nowhere for me to even go back to. At least you got an option. You can get the fuck out of here, this place. But this place is an improvement to where you came from, which is, fine. Come, everybody come to the U.S. and take my job. I don't even want a job. Like, what? Bro, please take all the jobs. You're just going to slave? You're just going to slave? All right. Do it. I'm not competing for people's gerbs. Oh, you're taking my gerb. Fucking, go ahead, take the gerbs. But, like, okay, that's the type of thing I want to see Bitcoin fix, though. This whole, like, hi, I came to this country from Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico was so whack in comparison to this country that it was worth me fucking moving, taking a plane, taking a boat, traveling across seas, moving like 5,000 miles. My country was so whack that it was worth escaping and going to a better place. But I'm still going to wave the Puerto Rican Day flag for me and my peoples. Because me and my peoples aren't with everybody else from the USA. We're our own peoples. Right? We want to be represented. Everybody wants to be represented. And fucking in their own like little gang or group. And fucking and I'm just using these countries as this happens in mad countries. And this is another, I should probably talk about myself though too. Like, it doesn't make sense for me. I was born in the USA or whatever. What is called the USA, what human beings have fucking, conceptually agreed on is what is called the USA. Along these latitude and longitude lines, that's where I was born. And fucking given a birth certificate and given a social security card and told that I'm a fucking citizen or whatever. I have this name. This is my name, and my name is my name. And like, if I ever, I mean, I have considered moving to other countries just to test, just to see, like, what it just for the sake of to fucking test it out. What the hell is even going on in these other countries that's so whack that people keep moving here? And fucking, or check out a country that people are moving to and see what's going on over there that's so cool that everybody's moving there. Like, whatever. Like, I've never left the country. But, if I did, if I went to Mexico, or if I went to Puerto Rico, or if I went to, any place, I don't even throw up a fucking, a USA flag here. And I live here. There's no way I'm going to throw up a fucking USA flag in some other place that I go to and then try to meet up with other USA people and so we could form a community and then carve out our niche as a community separate from the rest of the country. Like, I don't, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why would I be doing that? Why would I go to another country and fucking try to go against the grain of what they have going on there? They don't need me going to their country and fucking throwing my flag around and fucking, driving on the wrong side of the road like as if it's fucking the USA, and they don't want me fucking going against the grain. I mean, I don't want to be going somewhere to go against the grain. But it seems like almost everybody fucking comes to the USA, they want to go against the grain. They're like, there's like a refusal to want to you know get the hang of status quo. Get the hang, like everybody it comes here and they want to change it. They want to make it more like the country that they came from. And it's like, dude, what the fuck you trying to make it like that for? You left that country to come here. You came here with a virus, bro. You came here with your country's virus, and you're trying to install it into this country or whatever country. Because I'm not saying this is a USA. People do it in Canada. I'm sure people from the USA move to places like Mexico, move to places like what's that place called? Thailand. People move to places like Europe and try to make it more USA. They try to fucking, there's going to be expat communities, and we all speak the same language. Let's all get together and bond together, and now we got a little community. And we got our USA flag. Whatever, man. Like, I don't know why any of this stuff is going on, but like that's what I'm looking for fucking Bitcoin to fix. The fact that somebody would even like the retardation of moving to another country and waving the flag from the country that you came from. Like, I'm not interested in any of my nationalities. I'm not interested in representing. I don't even fucking represent the city that I grew up in. Or the borough that I grew, like, whatever, bro. That place was that place. I ended up there. Fucking, that's that. It's not fucking a great place. It's not the worst place in the world. It's not the best place in the world. It's just a place in the world. So, I don't move to another state with some fucking like, yeah, yo, I'm Brooklyn, son. Represent. Yo, I represent for my city, son. Like, yo, if I really got down with Brooklyn, then I would have stayed in Brooklyn. I don't need to move to another state wearing a Brooklyn Dodgers hat or a fucking Nets jersey or a fucking Rangers jersey. I don't need to fucking upset the status quo of whatever state I move to. Because if I rolled around with a fucking New York Rangers jersey, whoever, that's beef with the people in the state that I live in. And even that is stupid as fucking arbitrary. Like, the fact that fans even are like, oh, your team is, we don't like your team. Well, you don't like our team. And they're just slapping a puck around or throwing a ball around. So, whatever the fuck I'm talking about is what I'm looking for fucking Bitcoin to fix. This fucking retardation, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's like a lack of self-awareness. It's a lack of, like, any kind of, like, step-by-step thinking. Like, seriously? You're going to live in fucking the USA. You're going to come from Puerto Rico, live in the USA, and throw up a Puerto Rican Day flag? Like, how do you make that make sense? Because that's where I come from. I know, but, like, you ditch that place, bro. Oh, yeah, I don't know. What is it that are they trying to resolve the guilt that they feel for having left their family? Is that what they're doing? Like, they feel like they gotta fucking still wave the flag to cover up the fact that they basically just ditched they're basically like, they'll turn their back on their own fucking country and move somewhere else. What do you think that they're going to do here? This isn't even their country, or whatever country that they go to isn't even their real country. If they'll turn their back on their own fucking country and ditch them, then what do you think that they'll do to the country that they went to, that they ditched their own country for? They'll ditch the new country even quicker, turn their back on it. So, am I making any sense? I'm not really talking about the topic I wanted to talk about. Bitcoin fixes this, Bitcoin fixes that. When and where? Like, is there any Bitcoin has fixed? Like, past tense. Like, Bitcoin already fixed something. And if so, because you hear people say this too. Yeah, Bitcoin has already won. Bitcoin's already fucking fixed the shit. They just, people don't know it yet. There's a lag. It's gonna take time for that all to fucking settle in. All right, maybe. Again, I'm not saying that Bitcoin can't fix things, won't fix things, but where? Show me, point to the fucking thing, and then also, if you point to something, I need to, how can I tell that that's something that was fixed because of Bitcoin? You know? Like, not only do you have to point to the thing that you're claiming got fixed, but you have to show me direct proof evidence that it's Bitcoin and only Bitcoin that could have made that thing get fixed. Only the existence of Bitcoin would have fixed that. So, those are my requirements, but don't worry though, too. Not that anybody that's listening is really worried, but just, I'm not really talking to you, person. Whoever's listening to this, I'm not talking to you. I'm probably mostly talking to like a hypothetical person and or myself, which is kind of like a hypothetical person. This is a lot of hypothetical. I hope nobody's taking whatever I'm saying personally. That's not my, I don't think that's my intention. It might be. I might be dissociated from my own intentions. But yeah, okay, so Bitcoin fixes all these things, right? Well, here's something fundamental that I'd like to see fixed. There are parents that will take their infant daughter to get her ears pierced through, her flesh pierced through, right? They'll pierce their child's flesh so that they could put decorative objects in the little baby girl's ears, right? And and also there are infant boys that parents will have the skin on the tip of their penis cut off, right? They'll cut up their child's penis, their genitals, their infant son's genitals, with a razor blade, with a fucking scalpel, right? And now, if we look at the medical stuff, right? If we could put the medical stuff away for the little girl getting her ears pierced, right? Nobody's going to argue that parents get their little girls' ears pierced for a medical reason. Like they'll get sick. Like there's no if we don't pierce little girls' ears, they're going to get sick in the future. There's none of that, right? There's no medical claim behind that operation. The operation pierce a child's ear flesh, right? So I don't even need to argue with them. The only argument for the piercing a little girl's ear flesh is it makes her look pretty. She looks prettier for pictures, or it's socializing her. It's teaching her gender roles. or something like that. Now, I don't know how the fuck holes in the ear. I mean, holes in the ear reminds me of fucking when they tag cows. Like farmers will tag their fucking cattle on the ears. Like that's what, I don't know what the fuck this whole we're socializing them, we're teaching them societal gender norms or something with this holes through the ear. Now, the medical side of the little infants having their penises cut up, right? The medical side of that, the argument is that if you don't do the circumcision, they're more likely to get infections. They're more likely to have health issues in their penis area. Even though the skin is meant to protect the head of the penis, somehow they need to cut off the thing. It's like cutting off the shell of a turtle and saying this is for the turtle's own good, right? But okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's give these people the benefit of the doubt. Let's say it's more likely that if a penis is not circumcised, there's more of a chance of infections and things like that happening. Okay, it's not that hard to keep a baby's penis antibacterialized. It's not that hard to get a bar of Dial soap and get some soapy water and dip your kid's whole body, bottom half of their body, in dialed up soapy water every day, and pull back the fucking skin of their penis so that fucking all the soapy water gets in there, and then dip them in another container with just regular water to rinse them off, and that's it. Once per day. You do that every day. How the fuck are you going to end up with an infected penis? But that's simple, right? It's not hard to fucking to keep the head of a baby's penis clean, right? It's not that hard. It's not impossible, right? And also, I know there's lots of guys who aren't circumcised. I've never heard a horror story from a fucking uncircumcised guy where he's like, dude, I got hit with the fucking terrible infection on my dickhead. Never heard a guy say that before. So like, even the guys who don't get circumcised, I don't see them fucking talking about, oh my god, this fucked up shit happened to my penis because I wasn't circumcised. So whatever, bro. The medical argument is so weak to begin with that but you feel like you have to argue with it because they're coming from the medical profession. You feel like there's actually some legitimacy there to argue with. They're just fucking saying it's just as retarded as getting the little girl's ears pierced. Okay? It's just as retarded as putting a bone through somebody's nose. It's just as retarded as what is the thing that they do in Africa where they put a slinky around a woman's neck and stretch her neck out so it's all disformed, right? Like a giraffe neck. Anything in that realm, but fucking holes in the ears, stretching the ears out, putting a flat disc stone in your lip to stretch out your lip. Whatever people do to the babies. I don't know what people do to the babies besides ear piercings and fucking circumcision / genital mutilation. I'm sure there's all kinds of customs where people do fucking retarded shit to infants. And the little boy never asked for his fucking penis to be cut up, and the little girl never asked for holes to be put in her ears, but you're just making that decision for them for some reason. And as a parent, like parents that do that, and this is another thing, anybody who's like biting for trust, anybody there's a lot of fucking quote influencers in the Bitcoin space, right? These people are trying to come across as like we're legitimate, we're honest, we're all about the trust, we're all about the customer product relationship, whatever the fuck it is that the virtue signaling, the confidence dropping, the bullshit that they fucking spew. What I'd like to say is, any of these people that have kids, right? I would like, and this men have been fucking, like, if I say anything about wanting to be around kids, if I even say I'd like to be around kids, as a man, that's almost fucking like taboo. I've almost been turned into some kind of a fucking creeper just for saying I want to be around kids, right? Like, it's already fucking, like, by default, a nefarious thing that I've said, right? If a woman says I want to be around kids, it's not. There's nothing taboo about that. But as a man, and I might be paranoid, but it feels like if I say even the phrase, I want to be around children, I like children, anything like that, I'm just banned from that arena. Like, in society, I'm not even allowed to say it. I'm not allowed to be near the kids. I'm a problem for the kids, right? So, but anybody who has kids, if they had their daughters, I want to find out. I want to audit them, right? If I'm going to be able to have any kind of trust in this person, I need to audit them. Did they get their daughter's ears pierced? Did they get their son's penises cut up? Those are the things I want to know for these people that have kids. I'm not saying all of them did that. I'm just saying, like, as soon as somebody says, I have kids, like Greg Foss, for example, I think Jeff Booth has kids. There's plenty of fucking dads. There's plenty of dads. Dad virtue signaling, too. There's dad virtue signaling. Safedine. I think Bukele's got kids. Michael Saylor might be I don't know. I don't think he has kids, as far as I know. I mean, I never saw him mention any kids. But I want to know if their daughter's ears were pierced or if their son's penises were fucking circumcised. And this is why I'm saying it's creepy, because it's like, I don't really want to see their kids' penises. Like, I'm not about that fucking, like, oh, come here, little boy, let me check your penis. I'm looking for fucking something completely different. I'm not here for fucking, I don't want to fucking see your wee-wee for fucking nefarious purposes, little man. I want to see what the fuck your parents are talking about. I want to see if your parents are really even fucking, are they even thinking? Are they even people? Or are they just fucking robots that follow fucking status trend to get along? Fuck these people. And so show me your little, I want to find out from your daughter if her ears were pierced, and I want to find out from your sons if their penises were cut up. So, that's my audit. That's my fucking audit. Anybody who wants to make the world a better place, they want to fucking, ew, bro, I'm disgusted by people that want to make the world a better place. They're so dirty, bro. Like, it's never been, like, this is, I don't want to act like brand new. This has always been the case. But the definition of it, I'm seeing this fucking virtue signaling, dirty, make the world a better place stuff in, like, 4K. When I was a kid, it was probably like, I don't know, 720p, Like, the definition keeps getting better. It's always the same thing, but the definition gets clearer and clearer. And at this point, with the definition that I feel like I have, or the definition of how things I'm experiencing the world, the definition of my experience of the world, it's getting so gross. It's like so it's almost like when if you see someone in 4K, like a famous actor or actress, and you see them in 4K on screen, you could see, like, the little tiny hairs, like if a woman has peach fuzz hairs under her nose, You can like see that, and it's almost like, ooh, this is too close. This is too high def. You know, blur it out a little bit. Let's get it fuzzed out. Fuzz it out a little bit because it's too clear. It's too crystal clear. That's how I feel anyway. It's like I'm getting this 4K version of this Make the World a Better Place. I mean, this stuff has been around since Michael Jackson had a song, Make the World a Better Place for You and for me. Michael Jackson was never making the world a better place. This guy he was like doing the Richard Hart thing where he's like going into stores just spending money for the sake of spending money. Oh, I like this. I like this. Oh, an antique store. I like that. How many are these? Like, are these rare? Are these rare? I want things that are rare. And I want things that are, I want them and I want them. Like, yo. Fucking weirdo, bro. Where do you think Michael Jackson's fucking legacy is going? You know, where are his kids? I don't even know his kids. They're just like two white kids, right? White butt boys. They're little white butt boys. But like, okay, anyway, fucking, my point is that this Make the World a Better Place is so 4K. You see the hairs on it. You see the fucking, it's like Ren and Stimpy. It's like close in Ren and Stimpy mode. Like you see like the gross details of it. It's so nasty, bro. This fucking Make the World a Better Place stuff. It's like, ew, yo. These people are not even, they're just trying to sell Make the World a Better Place, which actually makes the world objectively probably worser. You know what I mean? Anyway, fuck it, I don't know. Bitcoin fixes this. What else did I want to say about Bitcoin fixes things? What else can I say? Oh yeah, okay, this was a topic I wanted to talk about. Jeff Booth. One of the fucking theories or ideas that Jeff Booth puts forward. I gotta watch out for Jeff Booth. Jeff Booth is a smart cookie, and he's very tricky with his framing, the way he frames things. Like, he'll say something, he's like one of those types of guys where he'll say something, and just the way that he frames it makes somebody be like, whoa. Like, you're like thinking outside yourself, dude. Like, the average retard is not going to be able to fucking, they're going to be flabbergasted by somebody like Jeff Booth's framing tactics. But like Jeff Booth said, that Bitcoin comes from outside the system. You can't fix, this is one of his theories. You can't fix the system from inside the system. We need something from outside the system that could fix the system. And I would say that Bitcoin is not from outside the system. And there's nothing that exists, nothing that we could point to and even conceptualize that's from outside the system. Anything that's fucking able to be conceptualized by a human being, by a human brain, is from inside the system. And he might be saying Bitcoin is from what Jeff Booth means is that Bitcoin is from outside the current financial system. It's from outside the current financial system. And I would say, no, Bitcoin is built off the current financial system. What are you talking about, bro? The current financial system is the fucking soil that fucking Bitcoin grew out of. And the fertilizer that was used are human souls. Just fucking human souls have been fucking squeezed and fucking used to grow this thing. And it's almost like the Philosopher's Stone from Full Metal Alchemist. Bitcoin has kind of like been compiled. Bitcoin has been refined through squeezing out human souls for fucking as far as I care, we might as well just say infinite amount of time. Human souls have been getting squeezed for infinite amount of time to fertilize Bitcoin in fiat monetary system. Okay, so Bitcoin grew out of the current financial system, and that doesn't mean that the government created it. It doesn't mean that it's an inside job. It doesn't mean that it's a psyop. It doesn't mean that um, it's a trap. It doesn't mean that we're all being tricked. The trick here is that we're all getting into this thing thinking this is our freedom, but what we're going to find out is that it's actually fucking ultimate slavery, end game slavery, never ending. We'll never will fucking find a way out of this type of slavery. I'm not saying that fucking Bitcoin is some kind of like an inside job, but I'm not. But I am saying that it's not from outside the system, and you could frame it any way you want. I'm not buying. We don't even. I don't even care, bro. I don't give a fuck about your "it's from outside the system" argument, because on a day to day, on a fucking touching the grass, see the grass? What the fuck does that even mean to me, bro? Whether it's from inside the system or outside the system, I don't give a fuck. There's mad problems that haven't been fixed. Mad things that people have identified as problems that haven't been fixed. I don't see a difference in my electricity bill. I can't pay any of my bills with Bitcoin. I talk to my landlord. They accept fucking every fucking credit card. They accept money. They accept Western Union. They accept everything. They don't accept Bitcoin. No one at their offices could get a fucking hardware wallet and just start accepting Bitcoin. Like, that's simple. It's that simple. Nobody is fucking accepting the shit. I'm not saying they should. I'm not saying they need to. I'm not saying that. I'm not fudding. I'm not saying, Bitcoin's not going to do it. It's not going to work. It's not working. It might be. But what I'm saying is that I don't give a fuck about, Bitcoin. And then people, see, this is what happens. Jeff Booth will say Bitcoin's from outside the system, and we need something from outside the system to fix the system because the system can't fix itself from within itself. And then people will be like, whoa, that's deep, dude. Sounds like shit to me. You know, hate to be a fucking asshole. Again, like I said, I might just be being obtuse. I might just be being an asshole. I don't know. But, what am I going to do with this information? That Bitcoin's from outside the system and we need that to fix the system. And so what? And so anyway, this thing's from outside the system or whatever he's saying. Now it's fixing the system. But here, this kind of ties into another idea that I have. I don't think anything needs to get fixed. I think all the things that are fixed needs to get unfixed. Basically, I'm tired of all this making the world a better place. I'm tired of all this. We're going to fix this. It's going to fix that. And I could also start talking about how there's different meanings for the word fixed that I think is very, very peculiar, right? Not only fixed could mean rigged against you, rigged to remain the same, rigged to remain exactly the same. Like the game is fixed. Like whoever's going to fight whoever's going to play in the game tonight, whichever team it is, whichever fighter it is, the winner has already been determined. Like the two teams or the two fighters already know that one of them is going to have to throw the fight, and that's one way of fixing things. But then there's the other fixing things where it's like restoring something back to its like original configuration. Fixing something, repairing something. But I just think it's interesting that people want to fix the world. People want to make the world a better place. When they say better, when they say fixed, they mean better for them, fixed for them, held in one place for them. They don't want to fucking get rid of the fucking fixes that are already here. They're not trying to get rid of the make the world a better place shit. They're trying to create more of the make the world a better place shit. They want to make the world worse so that there could be more make the world a better place. These people will fucking run you in circles, which I'm about to do right now. I'm about to run you in a circle because I'm not done taking a walk yet. I still got some talking and some walking in me. I got calories to burn out here, yo. I gotta fucking... My shirt's too tight. I gotta fucking get into the shirt. I gotta get sleeker before the winter hits. So I got time, plenty of time. So, and people might say about all these things that I'm talking about, well, dude, you're not being patient. Bitcoin has only been around 14, 15 years. You can't expect that to fucking now all of a sudden everything become fixed, or removing all the fixing. You can't expect it to undo all the fucked up shit that's been done or to repair all the shit. I know. Don't worry, I got a whole folder here that's filled with all kinds of promising, like, ideas of what a fucking future could look like, potentially, off of Bitcoin's, virtues or whatever, Bitcoin's, properties, characteristics. I got a whole folder here filled with all kinds of happy, awesome shit of what Bitcoin will fix or will... all the changes that will take place, the changes that could take place. I got a folder filled with that stuff. But it's also very important for me to fucking bust out the folder where it's like, when, bro, where? You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, don't worry. Now that fucking BlackRock has filed an ETF, now the system's absorbing it more. It's going to fucking entrench the whole system. Just sit back, relax, and just watch. It's going to fucking soak. The whole system's going to soak it up, not knowing that it's a fucking Trojan virus. They're going to soak. Their greed is going to get them into soaking it in. And then fucking once it's soaked in and they can't get it out, then it fucking screws them all over at some point, somehow. I'm not saying that can or won't happen, right? But I'm just saying, like, yo, none of the people that are fucking saying they're making the world a better place, none of the people talking about the things Bitcoin could fix, I mean, I guess this is my question. Is the world now better than it was 10 years ago? Like, is it, how are we determining that? Right? Because I see a lot of fucking really people that are fucked up in the game. People who were totally fucking shit on by their parents. People that were totally just, they're just fucking, who knows, their parents are trying to get them fucking to wear masks. They're trying to get their kids to fucking take vaccines. They're telling them fucking all kinds of weird shit. The parents don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're running out of money, right? Fucking, it's a fucking disaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying we need to cure homelessness. I'm not saying we need to fucking start lifting people out of the street. I'm just saying there seems to be a lot of motherfuckers in the street. There seems to be a lot of motherfuckers that are just, like, outliers, like people that just, people are taking to fucking living in the woods. People are living in vans. People are just, it doesn't seem like a particularly good situation for the fucking modern human over here. And maybe that's part of the seeing things in 4K. Maybe it's always been like that, but now it's just higher definition. Right, I can get a clearer view of it, of the fucked upness. But like, I haven't seen any animals today. What the fuck? I'm about to go fucking try to find a bench where I could fucking chill for a little bit before I start walking back. But Has anybody ever heard a Bitcoiner talking about things like infants getting their ears pierced and little infant boys having their genitals chopped up? Has anybody been talking about that? Right? Like all these people that are talking about making the world, like Jimmy Song, right? He's a Christian, right? Jimmy Song be Mr. Fucking Bitcoin fixes this, right? I'm not saying, whatever, fine, Jimmy, but like, yo, are any of your boys' penises pierced or any of your girls' ears pierced? Like, I hate to get creepy and personal on your ass, but like, what's going on, bro? Like, what, like, okay. Also, Jimmy Song, didn't you have kids before Bitcoin was even invented? You signed your kids up. These people signed their kids up for a fucking fiat adventure of shit hell. They signed their. Like, imagine a fucking situation where there was no Bitcoin. I mean, what is there for kids, bro? What is there? It's insanity. It's just nothing but insanity and compliance. It's insanity and compliance, and they're probably two sides of the same coin. It's just insane. It's just ridiculous. I can't believe, you know, and even people that. Oh, sorry, I just heard a weird noise. I don't know what that was. And even people that had their kids after Bitcoin was um, created or discovered or whatever we want to say, even people that had kids after that, they're banking on or they're hoping on that Bitcoin will fix all these problems and that the world will become better for their children, right? That, oh, Bitcoin here is fixed. It's going to make the world better for the kids now. Now it's okay to have kids because now the whole fiat mess could get cleaned up and now it's a good. Well, you don't know that, bro. You don't know if Bitcoin's going to fucking be able to do. You don't know what the fucking outcome's going to be. You're still signing kids up. You don't give a shit. In the middle of a fucking pandemic, people are pumping out kids. Like, oh, yo, we're wearing masks and taking vaccines. Let's have some kids. This seems like a good idea. Oh, fucking tallest skyscraper in fucking New York City just got fucking dropped by fucking planes. Terrorist, like terrorist-driven planes smashed into the two biggest fucking buildings in New York City. Let's have some kids. Oh, dudes are going to Vietnam and coming back fucking like heroin junkies and unable to fit in with fucking society and getting all fucked up and they're missing fucking limbs and shit. Let's have, like, no matter what the crisis is, the answer is always, let's have some kids. And I'm not, go, do it. Have the kids, but like, then people front like, we got to make the world a better place. Bro, if you would sign kids up for the world as it was, why do you need to make the world a better place? Well, we got to make it better. Like, yeah, it was good enough to bring a kid into, but it's not, we still got to make it better. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you need to make the world better if it's already good enough to bring a kid into? Right? That seems like a fucking kind of sound argument. Why do you need to make the world better? Why are you looking for improvement in the world if the world is already good enough to bring a kid into? Does that make any sense? Like, anybody who has kids, what are you trying to fucking make? Why do you want the world to become better? Why are you trying to improve the world? It was already fine. It was fine enough to bring a kid into. This is what I mean when I say, like, people just don't make any fucking sense to me. This is as stupid as people moving to a different country and waving a flag from their old country. It's all this dumb shit, bro. And so I think it's important for me to, kind of just be aware of all this shit. Understand that the people who fucking front like they're good people are fucking mad shady. The people who fucking have a smile. Bro, you could go watch a video right now on YouTube and they'll fucking tell you how to be a sociopath. Like, and then they'll call it mental health. They'll literally give you a tutorial on how to be like a fucking sociopathic conniving fucking shithead and say that this is how to be a healthy person. Like they'll frame that as this is how to be a healthy person. Like smile. Smile. When people say this word, say that. Don't say that. Like they'll tell you, like, yo, they're straight up roboting people, yo. um, and here's another thing that this is kind of separate from the topic, but I got plenty of time, so something that I noticed is like, whenever I click on one of my own YouTube videos, all the videos that I see recommended on the side don't resonate with me at all. I'm like, how the fuck? This AI seems so retarded. Like the algorithm or whatever, the shit that fucking... It's like none of this has anything to do with the stuff I'm talking about in my video. Like if I go back to videos that I made 10 years ago that are about my own, like, stuff with my mother, stuff with my father, just stuff that I talked about in the realm or on the topic of, like, self-knowledge. And then I look at the side of my video and I'm like, is this what I made? Is this the type of video that I made at that time? One of these? Some fucking Professor Sam Venkman telling people to watch out for all the fucking narcissists? How to identify this type of narcissist and that type of narcissist, and you got the covert, and you got the inverted coverted, and then you got your extroverted covert with the covert vert, and you got your little Uzi vert narcissist, and then fucking I'm a narcissist. Sam Victim himself is a narcissist, and he's got a book about the narcissists, and the narcissists are the narcissists in narcissism, and you can't, even after fucking years of knowing that Sam Bankman is a narcissist, he's still a narcissist, and there's really no way to stop the narcissism. But here's what you could do about the narcissism and the people that are narcissistic. Like, yo, oh, my fucking ex is a narcissist. Oh, my mom and my dad is a narcissist. I don't need to know if my mom and dad are narcissists. All I need to know is fuck that. I'm not chilling with them. They're not fucking helping me out. I don't give a shit if they're not helping me out because they're narcissists. I don't care what kind of fucking people they are. I don't need to diagnose motherfuckers, right? If somebody throws a fucking baseball at my head, I don't care if they're a fucking narcissist or not. All I know is the motherfucker threw a baseball at my head, right? And now, if they're fucking the size of, like, Kimbo Slice, it's time for me to run. But if they're fucking a manageable size, I might have to go fucking chop off their head or try to fucking kill them. I'm just gonna walk home. I was gonna stop somewhere and fucking drink, but I'm not really that thirsty. So what else can I say? Plus the water in my bag is probably kind of warm at this point. Okay, Bitcoin fixes this, Bitcoin fixes that. This motherfucker saying that fucking Bitcoin is from outside the system. It's not from outside the system. I don't hear any of these people that are here to fucking help the world talking about children that are fucking dealing with their own parents that are shitty to them. Like, they're not even talking about children being fucking abused by their own parents and gaslit by their own parents. Like, what do you do for somebody like that, you know? What do you do for a kid whose fucking parents are just fucking... Their parents almost kind of want the fucking kid to kill themselves. They're almost pushing their children to fucking suicide. It would seem. It's like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Why is this... And you could say, oh, it's because of the fiat monetary system. It's because parents are fucking pushing... Because then, some people will say that everything is an extension of the fiat monetary system. Like, as above, so below. Like, we start off with the fucking fiat monetary system, which is just a scam, right? So then everything below it just becomes fucking shitty, shady, fucking foul scam. But I don't give a shit, man. I don't fucking have a kid that I'm pushing to suicide. I don't want a kid that I'm pushing to suicide. That's fucking insanity. And I've been using the same monetary system that all these motherfuckers have been using their whole lives too. So, and I was able to be fucking more successful in that monetary system. Just in terms of like sheer number, like how much, of that monetary value I was able to accrue by a certain age, I've done way better than even the most fiat freaks. So, and I don't have a problem. Like, I think people think like I'm desperate for Bitcoin or something because that's the only way I know how to fucking make money or something like that. Like, people think that I think some people think when I talk about Bitcoin, they think I'm trying to pump my bags. Homeboy, I don't need Bitcoin to fucking get cash. I got that, bro. I could fucking get plenty of cash. It's not a problem, right? I mean, I shut down my business, what I was doing for, I retired fucking like 6 years ago. And fucking, I could go back. I could start getting into the same exact thing and probably make just as much money, if not more money, than ever before. So it's not like I'm like fucking I'm trying to pump my Bitcoin bags. It's always idiots that can't make it. They don't even know how to fucking make money. They're fucking retarded. They're just slaves to some boss, to some company, some corporation. So, what's my point? My point is that fucking, people are like, oh, people think that I'm going to be screwed over if Bitcoin goes to zero. They're like, whatever, dude, Bitcoin's going to zero. Bitcoin's dead. Even if Bitcoin was dead, I still have more cash than you, fam. US dollars. I got more US dollars than you'll ever have in your entire life, plus Bitcoin. Now what? Well, it's going to go to zero. I don't care. I can't even use any more cash. I got enough cash. I'm fine, fam. You're retarded. You're fucking retarded. So, what else? Bitcoin fixes. Let me, again, not to sound creepy, but yeah, also, let me fucking see your children's penises, right? Let me see your little girl's ears. How are you doing that to your children? If you are, you automatically get fucking thrown. None of these people talk about that stuff. All these people that have kids, they don't even talk about circumcision and ear piercing and shit. I don't even have kids and I'm talking about that. Why? They had kids and they don't even talk about that kind of stuff. Like, something is, it smells like shit. Not literally, not in real life. I'm just saying, like, I don't need to tell you, listener, that something is fishy out here. There's some fishy shit going on in the world. These fucking make the world a better place. This fucking donate. Oh, here's another thing. Anything that, Peter McCormick, this guy Peter McCormick, never fucking sign up don't, make sure that none of your resources ever go to him, please. Sorry, I don't want to tell people what to do. I'm telling myself. This guy's gonna he's gonna fucking mention charities. He's gonna mention things to donate to. He's gonna talk about occurrences in the world where, oh, this person had an accident and now they need money for this. Oh, this person has cancer and now they need money for that. Right? I would say to myself, don't send anything to any charities. No charities. Again, I said this in my last recording, but no charities. This Peter McCormick guy is scum. This guy, I'm worried about the common working man and the common working woman, and it's unfair He's going to talk about all this fucking... He's just going to virtue signal his ass off and identify all these... Oh, look at this person suffering here. This person suffering there. But it's always for his own monetary gain. Or some monetary gain. He won't bring it up. He won't bring up a goddamn thing unless it somehow gives him some kind of a monetary gain. So... And also, this dude, Tur de Meester. Anybody fucking know Tur de Meester? Tur de Meester, about a year ago, I think it was. It was like 6 months to a year ago. Tur de Meester had a bunch of Bitcoin hacked. He was hacked. Someone hacked Tur de Meester's system and got his Bitcoin and stole his Bitcoin. Tur de Meester's a fucking, like, coder genius dude. Right? This guy has contributed fucking code to like Bitcoin Core and shit, I think. He's been studying the fucking shit for fucking years. He does interviews with people. I don't believe that he lost any Bitcoin. I don't believe anybody that says that they got their Bitcoin stolen from them. I don't want to send donations to support developers. Developers need to fucking... I don't give a shit what they're smart enough to be Bitcoin Core developers. They can make money. They're okay. They'll be okay on this planet. They know computers well enough. They know programming language well enough to actually submit things to Bitcoin that are actually useful. They're not going to have a problem making money. So I don't want to support any core devs. I don't want to Tur de Meester, and also I thought it was very fishy that Tur de Meester got his shit hacked right when Bitcoin was like at its low, like right when Bitcoin was at its like most low area, he got hacked, and I felt like it was somebody had paid him money to like do a FUD, to like be like, oh, like to scare people, to be like, yo, even fucking a Bitcoin coder guy that's been around for years can just get hacked and have all his Bitcoin stolen? Oh my God. Oh, Bitcoin's really not that secure. Like to have people second guess their own security with Bitcoin. I feel like that's I think that's what Tur de Meester was doing. Because also he said something publicly about it. He was like, help, I just got all my shit stolen from me. He did like a public, like, oh my God, all my stuff just got stolen. And that doesn't sound smart. Why would you not contact the smartest people that you know privately and be like, hey, I need help. I need to figure out how to recover. Like, you need to go public and be like, help! Somebody help! Fuck you, Tur de Meester. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. Thanks for taking a walk with me, everybody. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday or whatever.